Welcome everybody to another one of James's videos. Today we're going to be dealing with trigonometry and specifically setting up of a triangle. Now this is taught to you in grade 10 and obviously further taught to you in grade 11 and 12, but we're going to start at the basics. And for setting up of a triangles, there's three types. We're going to deal with the first type today when a point is given in trigonometry. Okay, so this video is obviously explaining the method behind the question being asked. You guys need to know your cast diagrams, your general ratio, SOHCAHTOA, all that type of thing in order to do this, as well as Pythag and a few fraction simplification questions and so on and so forth. So let's get started with this. In the diagram, P512 is given and POX is theta. Without using a calculator, calculate the value of sine theta. Okay, so let's just zoom in here quickly. So they've given us a point, and this is the point that I'm referring to. Now that's 5 and 12, right? So at the moment, do you agree with me that if you had to plot this point, you would go 5 across and you would go 12 up? Hence why the length here is 5 and the length here is 12. Okay? Very important. Sometimes they're not so nice and they actually don't give you that. They just give you literally this line and they give you the point and they say solve. So just remember that when you do plot a point, you are going left or right by a number and you are going up and down by a number. And that's how you plot a point, which gives you the lengths of your triangle. We always deal with right angled triangles in trig, hence why I'm dropping my line down from there to the horizontal axis always. And we'll do some other examples later with regards to when it is not in the first quadrant. Okay, so obviously this is in the first quadrant, so it means that my lengths are positive. The next step here, guys, would be to work out my third side, which in this case is the hypotenuse. So we're going to have to use Pythagoras' theorem here to get that. Okay, and everyone knows Pythagoras' theorem is your hypotenuse squared equals your opposite side squared plus your adjacent side squared. Okay, so we're trying to work out r squared here. My opposite to theta is 12 and my adjacent is 5. And therefore we can say r squared is equal to 144 plus 25. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go straight into my next step, which is actually square rooting both sides to get the r by itself. So therefore r is equal to the square root of 169. Therefore r is equal to 13. Okay, so we've got 13 for our r value here, and that would be your first step. Now I can go ahead. I have enough information now to be able to answer my question. So the first question is sine of theta equals. Now what are we going to read this off? We're going to read it off our drawing. Okay, so sine we know is opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite side to theta is 12. Your hypotenuse is 13. So 12 over 13 would be my answer for number 1. Okay, number 2. We've got 1 minus tan squared theta, which is going to equal 1 minus, what is tan? Tan is opposite over adjacent. So tan is going to be opposite, which is 12 over adjacent, which is 5. So we've got 12 over 5 squared. So that we're going to do a bit of fraction work. So 1 minus 144 over 25, which is equal to, now I'm going to do a little bit of an LCD here. So I'll put that over 1, I times it by 25, times it by 25. What am I left with? 25 minus 144 all over 25, which is going to equal 25 minus 144, you can use your calculator at this point, minus 119 over 25. Okay, is everyone all right with that? Fantastic. And then number 3's question, let's have a look and see what we're dealing with here. Use a calculator to find the value of theta. Okay, cool. So because we know sine of theta equals 12 over 13, we're now solving for theta. Now, how do I get theta by itself when it's next to a trig function? You shift sine, okay? So therefore, theta is going to equal shift sine in your calculator of 12 over 13. Therefore, theta is going to equal, and we can use our calculator now. So shift sine of 12 over 13 is equal to 67,38 degrees. They said correct to 1 decimal place, which means 67 4 degrees is my angle theta, 67,4. Okay, and that is a basic question with when a point is given to you and you are asked to answer questions by constructing and setting up a triangle and going from there. Great. Hope you enjoyed that video. Stay in tune for type 2, which will be when an equation is given. Also, if you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button and to have access to more of our videos. And also, if you are looking for notes, we are selling the James book. If you are interested in a copy, please drop us a comment or drop us a message and we'll be in comms for you to get your copy of the James book. Great. Have a great day.